three right away. Just attack the basket.
You are now listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Guys, welcome back to the Inside NBA Show. Weekend heat check time. A weekly show previewing the games going forward over the weekend after your Thanksgiving. As always, we're brought here today by the Squeeze, Ryan from Astute Newstead, and Bonus Bank. I'm the Super Coach Mattrix, and I know you don't usually see me in heat check time, but come all the way from Grit and Grind and coming in clutch. And I'm here with Skiddy, Filthy, is it IFS?
Yes,
Mate,
sir.
how are you? How was your day?
I'm going well, mate. I've had a couple of stuff ups today. I've left the phone in the toolbox on the back of the Ute today. That's a truck for you people in America. Happy Thanksgiving as well to everyone over there. We don't bloody celebrate that here, but hats off to you guys. Enjoy your turkey and stuffing and whatever else you do, I guess. But yeah, left the phone in the truck for 2 hours, so no one could contact me. That was a good start. And then I just spilled beer all over me bed when I was saying get out of the old Dale. So I'm in the doghouse tonight. So happy days.
Well, enjoy the doghouse, mate. Not much has been
Thanks,
going
mate.
on for me. Enjoyed a bit of NFL. Today was a bit of a quiet one at work, so
Yeah.
actually a bit disappointed that there was no NBA games. So yeah, shout out to the turkeys.
Yeah.
But look,
Ruining our
let's
day,
just
AB.
yeah, ruining our days, but it gives us some good slates going in tomorrow, and we're going to go through on weekend heat check.
Yes, sir.
We're going to let you know the teams on back-to-backs to help you win your week. We're going to cover all the hot topics going in tomorrow's 10-game IST slate. So that's the in-season tournament for those of you playing at home. And we're going to be backing into Saturday's 6 games. And then we're just going to cover some of the recent transaction trends and news that we might have missed as we go through basically every team playing in the next 2 days. Mate, our back-to-backs are brought here by Bonus Bet, baby. Use code INSIGHT for Australia's #1 match betting website. And I know I've been using it to make a little bit of coin on the side. But, mate, go through your back-to-backs.
Yeah, man. So with the 10 games on tomorrow, we got to follow it up with we got to make sure that we get the most out of our waiver ads, because I think we get one less this week, depending on some of your settings. So with Turkey Day, so we're looking at Miami, the Pelicans, the Clippers, and the Wizards for the weekend back-to-back. Our time and your time, there's American time, there's an extra day. So your Friday, Saturday, pre-weekend. So when we're looking at Miami, we can look at Duncan Robinson. He's currently game time decision, but should play. So that's a good one. People have been asking about Orlando Robinson as well after what he did against the Cavs. Bam Adebayo should be back tomorrow, so probably be leaving that one away. Homie Akers Jr. has just been on fire as of late, just doing a bit of everything. So good stream there. And Hugo Highsmith, he played a good game yesterday, so he's probably going to play 2 dog shit ones on the weekend. So that's just how he does it. 1 good game, 4 bad games, go again. But it's worth a go on the back-to-back. For the Pels, we got Dyson Daniels. Good old Aussie, true blue hooroo. We love to see that. He can be a good source of assists, steals. Minutes are a little bit down now that Jose Alvarado is back in the picture, but still could, still could provide you a good solid 10 assists over the 2 days, 3 steals, 4 steals, valuable in that time. When we look at the Clippers, we've got Norm Powell, points, obviously, and threes. Terrence Mann, no points, but rebounds, a couple of assists, maybe defensive stats. Dan Tice has been impressing the shit out of me, and he is bringing Zubac's minutes down, but he's almost getting a double-double from the time that he's been at the Clippers so far. We love to see that. And the Wizards, as much as they suck, Denny Avdia, if he's still on your wire, that's a good back-to-back there. He'll get you a bit of everything. Corey Kispert for threes. And Tyus Jones, if he's been dropped, it's a good time to snag him for the back-to-back, being a good source of assists and stuff all else. Anything that you'd like to add there, Matty?
Jonas Valanciunas has been coming off a double-double in his last couple games. Got one in
Mhm.
21 minutes, really impressing in the previous game. And these minutes bumped
Mhm.
up to 29 in the next game. Look, with
Mhm.
back-to-backs, with him just being seen on the waiver wire in a couple of my leagues, especially
Yeah,
some of those shallow leagues, I think that he's worth an ad because he has the talent to be a top 100 player. So
couldn't agree more. Yep, absolutely. I know his minutes are down because of the Zion thing, and now yeah, he seems to be just being a focal point of the offense now. It's been sensational. Like I love to say that European players, they seem to just know how to fit themselves into the offense.
yeah, no, I love it. Do we want to get into some of these game previews?
Stuff, yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
Woo! He's heating up.
The previews are brought here today by Ryan at Astute Newstead, our good mate. Um, Look, he does an
Ledge.
obligation-free mortgage quote. He's in line with 40 different lenders. I know he helped me get the loan for this little house. So yeah, look, I don't have the time to
Beauty.
go across and contact 40 different lenders to get the best deal. So let Ryan help you. Slide into our DMs. We'll give you Ryan's contact details. And yeah, of course, yeah, it doesn't charge for the exercise. So it's definitely worth
Legend.
a shot if you're looking at getting into the housing market.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more.
Right. First game in the IST. I just love saying the IST. Um,
IST.
Celtics versus the Magic. And if you asked me at the start of the year if I'd be excited about this game, I would have been like, fuck no. But Orlando are good. The Celtics have been sensational. I'm actually genuinely excited for this one.
Oh, I'm right there with you, mate, but I've been excited for this one since the start of the year. Let me ask you a question here, Matty O'Brien. Where did the Celtics, where did they finish last year?
Oh, would they finish like third, second?
Yeah, something about third or second. Where did the Magic finish?
Oh, about eighth, 10th?
I think it was about 11th or 12th. They didn't make the
Yeah.
play-ins. How many times do you reckon the Celtics beat the Magic last year, Matty?
I would have said every time they played. There you go.
You would say that, but the Magic actually beat them 3 out of 4 times. The Celtics bogey team is the Orlando Magic. I don't know if Porzingis and Drew Holiday are going to be the factor in swapping this around, but the Celtics cannot beat the Magic. The only time they beat them, Magic had 4 outs, and the Celtics were completely healthy. Other than that, the Magic absolutely rolled them last year. So, starting our bets off early, I'm still just going to run with it, and I'm going to go the Magic tomorrow. It's at home, and I think the Magic at $2.70 are going to roll the Celtics. If you're not as confident as I am, you're more than happy to take the handicap margin there. Pretty sure they're giving you about 4 or 5. I'll happily take it. I'm rolling with the Magic tomorrow.
No, sounds good. I From what I've seen from Al Horford, he's often good after a couple days rest. He hasn't been playing back to backs. I think that the rest is probably needed given his age and how many minutes he's been playing when he has played. I've
Yep.
seen him on, plenty of waiver wise. Somebody that you could look to add and attack, if only on the single, no back to back. I don't
Yep.
mind the out of Al Horford.
Yep. I can see that too. Jaylen Brown is game time decision, as is Drew Holiday. Looks like Holiday will play. And then for the Magic, Carter and Fultz are both still out. So, I mean, you can, if Jalen Suggs is still available, Suggsy's been playing some absolute beautiful basketball as of late. His last game wasn't as good. But if Brown doesn't play, we can look for Shithauser there for a source of threes. It's going to be a toss up between him and Duncan Robinson. So, look for the game time decisions tomorrow if you're going to go for a shot on Duncan for the 2 games, or if you're going to go Sammy Hauser if Brown's out.
I actually don't hate Cole Anthony as well. Played
Oh
29
yeah,
minutes in his last couple games, 15 and 20. Look, 10 assists against the Raptors and then none
yeah.
against the Nuggets. I'm not sure what you can read into that, but yeah, look, Cole Anthony's an ad as well.
Oh, 100%, 100%. He's really benefiting from the fact that Fultz is out because Black is not there yet. He is showing signs defensively, but offensively he's not. But that's what Cole Anthony is. So that is definitely what I've been looking at. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one. But we'll go to the next game, and on my next slate, that's Phoenix and Memphis, your boys. And
This is something I'm not
mate,
excited about.
tell you what, Memphis have more people out than a Mexican village because they are in strife at the moment.
Yeah, look, Ed, I don't really get that one, but
It's all
look,
right.
Memphis is adding Jalen Noel and Shaq Harrison on 10-day contract using a hardship rule due to having 5 of our 10 rotation players out. That's the dire straits that we're in. Not that I hate Jalen Noel; he's a bit of a firecracker on the offensive end. Shaq Harrison's obviously your defensive player, lengthy guy, but yeah, look, Desmond Bain's questionable as well. If
Yeah,
we
he
had
is.
any hope, it was our mate Des. But yeah, look, Des Troy there's out, and so I'm
Yeah.
probably hopes and dreams destroyed.
Yep, could agree more there. I mean, Phoenix do have a few outs as well. Beal's still out with the back. Eubanks is out from what happened the last game. Damian Lee and Yuta Watanabe, they're all out. Do you reckon that we could see Shaq Harrison and Noel play tomorrow? Because, you know, Shaq Harrison is a bloody good source of steals when he does play. So what do you think there?
Look, I think that we would only bother activating these players if we planned on using them. Somebody like Jacob Gilyard, if he um actually I heard a couple Julia Gillard jokes about him today, but we'll leave that there. But something
On you,
about
Julia.
Jacob Gilyard. Yeah, shout out to Julia. I know she's a
Yeah, we're
regular listener of the
still
show.
thinking about
Uh,
you.
but I do think that if somebody like Jacob Gilyard wasn't playing very well, then Jalen Noel could get a bump in minutes. I know if Desmond Bain's out, Jalen Noel, whereas Desmond Bain does it all and Jalen Noel is still a firecracker on offense. I think that we could see some minutes from these guys, but I think with no back-to-backs, I won't be adding the Memphis Grizzlies.
I agree there. I think if Kennard was available, which he's not because him, Smart, Tillman, Morant, Laravia, and Brandon Clark are all still out, he'd be the ad because Kennard can pop off for easy like five threes, no worries. But yeah, he's not there. So I mean, Santi Aldama is probably the only guy that you'd have a crack at with no back to back if you still had players to go if you didn't have any of the back-to-back guys. So that was that. But I think this is going to be an absolute shitstorm tomorrow. The line's currently set at 8.5, and I reckon Phoenix can really do some damage here.
I'd make that line, especially being the IST. I would, if you have the option, not that this is a betting podcast, but if you have
No. Sorry,
if you
Matty.
have the option.
Sorry, mate. I know you're new to Fridays, but no. This is what we do. We do give our bets in on games that we
Oh,
say.
cool.
We say gamble responsibly. Gamble responsibly. But me and Matty G, we normally do give out a couple of bets that we
Mate,
like to
if
do
you
on
can
Fridays.
extend that Memphis line, and give Memphis less of a head start.
Yeah.
Like they won't get within 15 of Phoenix next game. So
No, I agree. And also the over under is set at 223. There's no goddamn way in hell that Memphis are scoring enough points to run that total up. It's
yeah,
Phoenix at the line and it's an under. Easy.
nah,
I'll run
I
these
love
bets up
it.
for us as well, actually. Sorry, I've been meaning to do that because we can post it to our socials. So if people want to follow along, they're more than welcome
Yeah,
to.
sounds good. Do you think Grayson Allen or Eric Gordon have any value due to that BL injury? If you're looking at Phoenix guys, especially being playing a poorer team this week, yeah, could you look at Grayson or Eric Gordon, mate?
It's tough because they're very like it's hit and miss. One is good one game, one is good the other game. They're just kind of alternating that kind of thing. I think when you look at if you feel the same way that we do and it's going to be a blowout, then you'd probably give the nod more to Grayson Allen because he plays a little bit more when they're in a bit of a blowout situation, while Eric Gordon would rest. So I could see, Gordon going early and getting some good amount of points, but I could also see, this being a massive blowout pretty early on and Grayson Allen getting some garbage time late minutes, but they may also go to towards Nasir Little and Cater Bates Diop, Jordan Goodwin kind of situation. So but then again, it is a play-in tournament, so they may just go out there and try and belt them by 50. So we'll see how we go.
Moving on with the IST, Miami Heat versus the Knicks. In another game that I think will actually be really close. I think it'll be good. I actually like the Knicks in this one. But Kyle Lowry was great in the last one. Absolutely, scored the most amount of points that he scored in about 380 days or something. I saw a stat. We don't expect that every game from Kyle Lowry at his age, do we?
Mate, one thing I always say is everyone shoots threes well against the Cavs. I don't know what it is, but people just decide that they're turning into prime Steph Curry when they're versing the Cavs, and everything is clean, open cash. Kyle Lowry had 5 threes in the first quarter, right? If Kyle Lowry is able to do that, I got nothing. I got nothing to say. It's not going to happen here against the Knicks. It's just not. So, but I'm with you on the Knicks as well, because they got a clean bill of health. Miami are going to be without Hampton, Hero, and Smith. Bam's also a game time, same as Duncan Robinson, so that's a little bit iffy for the back-to-back streams. If he doesn't play, it's a bit of a gamble. Might have to wait. It is a oh shit! It's not the early game. The early game. Oh, it's an early game for Boston, Orlando. So if you're going to have that back-to-back for Duncan Robinson, you're going to have to take that gamble early. What's he dealing with? So he's got a sprain in his right thumb. I'm taking Duncan Robinson out of the back-to-back streams. That's his shooting hand as well. So I'd rather Jaquez Jr. So yeah, but I'd like the Knicks here as well with you. I think Jaquez Jr. is the stream. Hugo Highsmith, you can have a gamble if you want to, but I think the Knicks go it's at. Wait, shit! I still have no idea how to read this crap. Is it at Madison Square Garden or not?
Let me pop back into my notes. Yeah, it's at Madison Square Garden.
It is. Thank you. So I'm comfortable with the Knicks as well,
mate. We were talking, and you've informed me quite evidently that I need to be punting on this one. Can we take the new JJJ for 15 plus?
You want Jaquez Jr. for 15 plus?
I just took him for 20 plus in the last game, and at about $8.50. And think if Duncan Robinson's out, who's going to play those small forward minutes? I expect that bump from Jaquez Jr.
Yeah, it would also be Josh Richardson. He's the other waiver wire target if Duncan does sit. So, but yeah, Jaquez is still going to get that 34, I reckon. So I reckon you spot on there. That could be a good bet.
Heading on to Chicago versus the Raptors in Toronto. Not a week goes by that I don't talk about Kobe White.
Yeah. He's just still there. He's still available there.
And he's still doing good things.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. He's had a couple of shit ones in the year, but that's all right. But then he comes out last game and he absolutely dominated. So, wait, I am right on that, aren't I?
He hit 7 threes in the last game against the Thunder for 23 points and 5 assists.
Yep, that's something that you'd be wanting on your fantasy team. That's for bloody certain. 5 assists as well. Actually, got a steal. You don't say that a lot out of Kobe White. That's
he has had a steal. No, he's had a steal in his last 10 games, man.
Really?
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In his last 10 games, he's had more than a steal.
Well, I'll
So,
tell you what, man. That's someone that should not be sitting on the waiver wire. I don't think. With the scoring ability that he has, and again, that was last game against the Thunder. That was without Zach Levine. He's a game time decision again tomorrow. So Kobe White's still there. Also, too, Caruso. Caruso is he's so bloody good at what he does. Like
yeah.
he's generating, he can get everything. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, if Caruso's on your wire in 12 teams, really should be a pickup. I You can't be letting the defensive stats like that go by with the scoring ability that he also provides.
I haven't even thought about picking up Caruso because I've been streaming in and out these other blokes, but
Mm,
could be worth a look.
yeah.
Look, not too. I actually hate watching Chicago play at the moment, so let's not
Oh
get
yeah,
too
they're dog
excited
shit.
about that.
Yep.
But I've got a
Couldn't agree
question
more.
for you. If
Right.
you own OG Anunoby, what do you do with him? Let me rattle off his stats in the last 3 games
Mhm,
since coming back from injury. 9 point shooting, 2 of 11, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals.
mhm,
11 points, shooting 50% with 1 rebound and 4 steals. He did get 3 blocks in that game. And then against
mhm.
the Pacers, 13 points, 5 of 12, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. This is somebody that if you saw those stats on your waiver wire, you actually probably wouldn't be looking at picking him up.
No, I agree there, but I think his ability for defensive stats, it's all right. He's still coming back off the injury as well, which made him miss probably like 6 or 7 games. So I think you just got to keep holding. You just got to wait for him to be at 100% health. He doesn't look like he's at 100% health either. He's very hesitant to go to the rim. He's more settling in that corner for the jump shots, and they're letting Pascal and Scotty Barnes just go at it. So I think they just need to, yeah, he's just got to work his way back into it, which actually ties in perfectly because my um, my best bet for this game was actually OG unders on points.
Oh, sounds good.
They haven't. Wait, have they set the line yet? Hang on a second. Sorry, mate. OG Anunoby. Yeah, his line is currently at 16 points. 16 and a half points. Taking the under there. He's still not right.
I like it. Do you think that this is a situation where OG went looking at the outlook of the season? If you're in a really strong position, that OG could actually be a buy low.
Yeah,
If you're in a strong position in your league,
yeah, but like he's already at his low right now. Like there's no point in selling him off now. You want to wait until he hits that big game where he's capable of having like 25 points, 20 points, like 3 steals, a couple of assists, and then like 6 rebounds, and you sit there and go, all right, who the bloody hell wants him?
but
Because
you're thinking
it's
of the seller. I'm thinking as the buyer. If you've got somebody that's just went through, he just didn't play 3 games. He's averaging about as many as I do in B grade, and and then suddenly, you're frustrated. You sit there; they're sitting there in 9th and 10th position. I I go after him.
yeah. Oh, 100%. If they're like, but you don't throw someone that's, high value on OG. You're throwing someone that's,
Yep,
round top 90 or so at
yep.
the moment, top 80, and you just have a crack and just go, there you go, mate. Like, I need it's an easy this is OG's one of the easy swindles because you say, hey, I want to have a gamble on the steals. I'll give you someone
Yeah.
that's providing a little bit of extra oomph in assists or something like that. You just go, there you go, mate. Go ahead and take him.
Sounds good. One thing I did want to note from looking at my trends from Derek Schroeder, and it was only
Oh, he's a
again
bit unreal.
if we're talking about punting, I've actually
Mhm,
been watching his assist numbers, and his
mhm.
assist numbers have come down a lot recently. But
Yep.
his threes and points have absolutely skyrocketed. So has his field goal percentage. He's shot over 50% in the last 3, over 47% in the last 4. Always scoring over 17 points per game.
Yep.
His turnovers have been pretty good. Look, Dennis Schroeder is the 51st ranked player. Phenomenal.
Yep. Absolutely. He's been, and you would have picked him up at about like pick 130, 140. He's been unreal this season. So, yeah, no, I don't hate it. The only other one I would say, Scotty Barnes, in the 2 games that the Raptors have played the Bulls this year, he's scored 22 points exactly. He had a triple-double last time that they actually played. So, Scotty Barnes could be the main guy there because we know with the Raptors, the main usage, it's either one game Siakam or one game Barnes. So it looks like Scotty Barnes gets majority of the usage when they play the Bulls, and it looks like they're just kind of going on a game-to-game kind of basis. So it could look like it'd be a Barnes usage first look kind of game. That'd be my only other take from it. But yeah, if Scrotum's on the wire, you'd definitely be picking him up.
100%. I don't think he'd be on the wire. You'd probably have to trade for him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what's our next game, mate? We got plenty of games to go through.
Holy shit. What is the next one on your slate the Rockets and the Denver Nuggets?
We can skip to that, and then I'll bring up the
Okay,
Pistons and the
was it
Pacers
Pistons and the
afterwards.
Pistons? All right, let's go
Yep.
Pistons and Pacers then. Righto. I've got 4 apps open at the moment, and 3 of them are telling me the next game is the Nuggets and the Rockets, and then the other one tells me that it's the Pistons and the Pacers. So let's go with the Pistons and the Pacers.
That's because it's all at the same time. So
yeah, that's oh yeah, 12:10 our times. Love to see that. Okay, Pistons and Pacers. So Jalen Duran is confirmed back for the Pistons. Bogdanovich, Harris, and Morris are still out. Nemhard and Neesmith are game time decisions for the Pacers. So maybe Obi Toppin gets the start again for the Pacers if Neesmith's out. Which, that could have a bit of value in it. No back-to-back, but that's still all right. This is where, in my opinion, I think Sportsbet have gave a massive stuff up. The over-under currently for the game is at 247. I don't know about you, Matty. I know the Pacers are all offense and all offense at all the time. But there's no goddamn way that the Pistons are going to be able to keep up with that score. Pacers win, unders.
Yep, I like it. I agree with that too. And I actually don't have too much to add to this game. The Pacers have been incredibly consistent, and actually so have the Pistons, just been consistently shit.
Yep, that's so true, mate. I'd like to see this game right here is going to show if Cade Cunningham is that kind of guy. Because the way that the Pacers play defense, which is none, this is going to be the game where they show, hey, if Cade can literally come out, score 30, have 9 assists, it's going to be, a whole lot of offense. But I have to see that this game from Cade, it's going to be a massive talking point. Otherwise, I just don't know where he's going to be bringing, his next step from. But also, too, we can't go by a podcast without me sucking off Tyrese Halliburton. My God, he is good. What he does for that Indiana offense, he is just seeing everything. He's playing on bird's eye view on 2K. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he can just see everything that's happening, and it's just an absolute piss take from him. Assists, points, threes, a couple of rebounds, some steals, free throw percentage, field goal percentage. Oh mate, this is we're seeing an absolute superstar emerging this year. And yeah, I'm really loving being a Tyrese Halliburton owner, and I'm so glad that I took him with my 5th, 4th pick in about 4 drafts.
No, Hallie is the GOAT at the moment. He's been phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Again, I just love saying IST. Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets,
Yes,
IST
sir.
game. Fred VanVleet's assist numbers have been out of this world. It's been absolutely bonkers. In the last 4 games, 10, 16, 14, and had that 4 assist game against the Grizzlies. Which he was probably when he was playing the Grizzlies, because all the other ones were against good teams, the Lakers, the Warriors, the Clippers. He's been playing 40 points a night. Hasn't been shooting the ball as much as I probably anticipated, but yeah, look, I've been enjoying what I've been seeing from Freddie Van Vliet.
Couldn't agree more there, mate. And it was really nice as well against the Grizzlies. I know he didn't. It was a blowout, in fairness, but it was nice to see his steals come back as well. 2 steals against the Grizz. They'd been pretty non-existent up until that point. I thought Jalen Green was sensational as well against the Grizzlies. So hopefully he can get back into a bit of form, and Şengün is overcome that injury, because it looked like it affected him against the Grizzlies. He just did not do his normal Şengün shit. So that was good. But I think this is going to be a really, really good game. The Nuggets are coming off 2 losses to the Magic and the Cavs. So, yeah, I think this could be I think this is going to be a really, really good game. Obviously, Murray still out for Denver. Amen Thompson still out for the Rockets. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I reckon this could be one of the best games of the day. This is the one where I've got no bets on it, just because this is a complete up in the air kind of game. The other streaming wise, if Reggie Jackson's still there on your wire, it's a fair shout. He's been playing pretty bloody well as the Nuggets starting point guard. Yeah, and that's, mate, I'll tell you, I'm actually really looking forward to this game. It's actually going to be a ripper.
Yeah, and look, I probably won't be turning on a Detroit game or a Wizards game on at the same time. So it'll be Denver
So
versus
fair.
Houston or the Kings versus the Timberwolves, I think, in that
Yep.
slate at that time. But I
Couldn't agree
wouldn't
more.
mind even having a look at where the line is on Reggie Jackson assists. Got 9 in the last one, got 6 in the one before. Seems to be finding that groove at point guard with the assists in the last couple. He's played over 30 minutes in 4 of his last 5 games. Yeah, shooting at over 50%, so it's been really nice.
Reggie Jackson assists is 3.5. You happy to take that?
100%.
All right, done. It's in. Beautiful. I like that. Yep.
All right, takes into the next game, mate.
Who the bloody hell are we up to? These beers are going down
Wizards
nice. I'll
Bucks.
tell you that much. Oh no. Oh, do you just want to skip it? Like Wizards and Bucks. Giannis is a game time. Looks like he's going to play. Crowder obviously still out for the Bucks, and then for the Wizards, Dylan Wright's out. Wizards just look shit, and they look like they're just throwing every single game. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But Poole came back last game. He had 30 against the Hornets, so that's a plus. Obviously, still on dog shit efficiency.
So he's at 24 and 30 in his last 2.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good, but also too, let me just check how shit he's shooting the ball, because I know it wasn't good, because I was watching that Charlotte Wizards game. Poole 24 on 38%, so he was 8 of 21. And then the game before that was
11 of 26.
Okay, so that's a little bit better, but yeah, the field. Oh, that was against the Bucks too. So yeah, that's a pretty good indication there. I like to see that his free throws up. That's nice, but I'm still high on my boy Kyle Kuz. These assists, and one of my favorite things about Kyle Kuzma's assists as well is people are saying like, "Oh, where the hell does Kyle Kuzma's assist come from? Where's Kyle Kuzma's assist come from?" Start of the year, your boy Filthy came out and told you boys, just watch Kuzma. He's going to bump up a bit because of his assist. When he didn't play with Beal and Porzingis last year, he averaged about, I think it was like 6.5 assists per game. And he's actually not that bad of a playmaker. And I think the Wizards have realized that they'd rather give the ball to Kuzma, who actually gives a shit about the franchise, than Poole, who couldn't give a shit because he just cares about his own numbers and he's just shot chucking half the game. So
yeah,
mate, I don't know what they're going to do with Poole. It's ridiculous. Let me just say, last time that the Wizards played the Bucks, it was 142 to 129 Bucks, won by 13. Giannis had 42 and 13 and 8. So could be expecting another big Giannis game here.
I'm not as
Yeah.
low on Poole as you are.
Oh, mate, he's just, I don't know. He just doesn't look like he gives a shit. Have you watched a couple of these Wizards game? I know that's
Yeah,
probably a
it
stupid
doesn't
question.
matter. I just need to see the stats, man. And all I need is 24 and 30 off a guy that people have your attitude of, and I'm looking to trade him. I'm looking to trade for him. I've been picking him up for absolute. I've actually sent you a trade for Jordan Poole in one of our leagues.
Oh, I just noticed that.
Yeah,
Before we came
honestly,
on the
I've
line.
been picking up Poole left, right, and center. I think he'll come good, and I'm also chasing Chris Middleton in some
Yeah.
leagues
Yeah,
and
I'm
I'm
with
looking
you.
to trade. I'm looking to trade. Probably for Poole, I'm looking to trade. Like my 8th and 9th best guy,
Mhm.
for similar sort of value at the moment. I do just see. The ceiling being that much higher for someone like Jordan Poole. But Chris Middleton played a season high in minutes last game. He played
Yep.
29. I'm hoping he's working his way back.
Yep.
Malik Beasley's not going to be hot every game. I would put more faith in Chris Middleton, even a crippled Chris Middleton, than Malik Beasley every week. Chris Middleton was somebody people were talking about dropping. Poole is somebody that you can't drop because you took him at 50 to 60. I think
Yep.
there's opportunities.
Yep. No, I 100% agree. The 29 minutes from Middleton last game, super, super impressive for him. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'd be trying to get Middleton if the asking price is that low. Like, this is a player that was a top 50 fantasy player for like 4 or 5 years in a row. Yeah, I'm
He was an
with you on
all-star.
that.
He was
Yeah,
an
he was an
all-star.
all-star. Yeah, 100%. But no one really remembers that or thinks about that from Chris Middleton. So I feel like the asking price for Middleton versus Poole is way, way smaller. So, yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Do you like anything bets-wise in this game?
What's the line on Jordan Poole points? Because I know that you'd
In,
hate to bet that on.
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to. He scored 22 last time. I'm just going to say that now. Poole's line is Jordan Poole. It's 22. It's actually 22. Yeah. So that's what he scored last time, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just saying you could go overs on that. You decide on that
And
one.
I'm also saying I'm vetoing it, and we're not putting that in.
Sounds good, but if it goes down, I expect you to accept that trade that I sent you. In season
Fine.
tournament, Kings versus the Timberwolves.
Yeah, sir.
Like Kings have been struggling with a few minor injuries. This rest just come at the right time, not playing any games in Thanksgiving,
Yep.
getting an extra sort of day off in there, even if it comes against playing as the tremendous defensive team that is the Wolves in things that I thought
Yeah.
that I wouldn't be saying at the start of the year.
Yep. Couldn't agree more, mate. It's unbelievable. We're 15, 14 games into the NBA season, and the Timberwolves are on top of the West, followed closely by the OKC Thunder. What the fuck is happening in 2023, man? This is unreal. I got to give a quick shout out to my boy Brad. He's a massive Timberwolves man, and when they beat they beat who they beat 2 days ago?
Pelicans, yeah.
They did beat the Pelicans, yeah. And I got a swift message from him going to put $500 on the Timberwolves to win the NBA Finals. So good on you, Beach. But no, sorry, they beat the Philadelphia 76ers without Embiid. Sorry, Kings
Yep.
lost to the Kings lost to the Pelicans the other day. Yeah, so another good game. This will be. This is going to be bloody tight. We got um, Alex Len and Keegan Murray out for the Kings, and then McDaniels and McLaughlin are out for the Wolves. So McDaniels, that's a pretty big out for the Wolves. I think that kind of opens a bit of the door for Harrison Barnes to attack, but I don't
No.
feel confident in that.
Honestly, Kyle Anderson's a better defender than Jaden McDaniels anyway. So
really, I think Anderson's a bit better offensively in being able to do everything, but as a point of attack defender, McDaniels is one of the best in the league, man.
have you seen how long Kyle Anderson is?
Have
He
you
just
seen how
looks
long
slow.
Jaden McDaniels is, and he's actually quick? Like, he can actually move. Kyle Anderson looks like both of his knees are going to blow out as soon as someone dribbles the ball.
Kyle Anderson looks slow. He's not actually slow.
He is slow. He's struggling to move, man. What was his Chinese name? Actually, now that I think about it, what was his Chinese name when he played in the World Cup? That's what I want to refer to him as from now on. You talk about this game, because if there's any like streams or anything, I look up.
It's Lee Kayer.
Lee Kayer, okay. Lee Kayer is slow as all shit. I love him. Slow-mo Kyle, big fan, but yeah, Lee Kayer, no chance.
Look, yeah, I'm not touching any of those guys there. I don't mind Kevin Huerta in this game.
You reckon he's bouncing
had an
back?
ordinary one. Yeah, he had an ordinary one last game. I think Kevin Huerta's good enough that he won't do that 2 games again. So 2 games in a row. So
yep. Okay. Yep. I don't mind that. Do you like any bets going into this game? Because the line is Minnesota minus 4.5, and the over/under is 229.5.
I'd probably stay away from this game because I expect it to be so close.
I'm in agreement with you there. The only one that I am marginally kind of wetting my whiskers about is the thought of what Ant Edwards could do against the Kings with like stuff all defense. That kind of gets me a little bit excited just to think about how Ant's able to, get his way into that defense. No, I'm all right, mate. I'll keep on keeping on.
You were just so excited. I
know.
you punching the bottom of your desk there.
Mate, if I can only reach it, that's all right. But we digress. Let's move on to the next game before we start talking about small things. What do we got? The Warriors and the Spurs. Is that next in your lineup?
Yeah. And this is the last game that Draymond misses as part of his 5-game suspension.
Oh, beautiful. We can get that flog back. Fantastic. He's a great player, but when you go out and choke Rudy Gobert, like, come on, man, pick a fight with someone that's tougher. Like Rudy, you can't go do shit.
You can't pick anyone that's bigger. Like, he went out there in Draymond's defense. He just went out there and picked the biggest guy.
I just think he hates Rudy Gobert, and he just saw Rudy and went, "Fuck it, I'm going to put him in a chokehold because fuck this French dickhead." So, but then again, he gave the whole league COVID. Yeah, he gave the whole league COVID, so fuck him.
He's this generation's Dennis Rodman, old Draymond. I don't mind.
Yeah, 100%. No, he's a great player. I just hate him because Cavs, Warriors, Dynasty. But all I got to say is Wemby should be looking out because thank God Draymond's not playing this game. Otherwise, he'd be fucked. So we got Warriors, Spurs. Warriors oh Jesus, that's a minus 10.5 line for the Warriors, who are not playing very well at the moment. Spurs fully healthy. Devin Vassell should be back into the starting lineup. As you said, Draymond Green, last game of his suspension. I need to see something from Wiggins. He's been absolute dog shit this year. I know after last week's pod, I said to Matty G that I'd put Wiggins on blast because if he had another shit game, he did. But then he came out with a 31-point performance, and he hasn't done fuck all since. So Wiggins needs to step it up because his rebounds have been shit, his points have been shit, his field goals have been shit, his assists are non-existent, his defensive stats are nothing, and his free throw is still dog shit. So I need to see a bit out of Wiggs tomorrow. Golden State are a small team, man. This could be Wemby eating.
Could be Zach Collins eating.
Oh yeah, Zach Collins has been fantastic this year, by the way.
Yeah, I said in an earlier one that I expect that people, if you're in trade chats and Zach Collins is there, people might think that they're selling high on Zach Collins, but I think that he can do this all year.
I 100% agree because they need a big, like they need another big next to Wemby at the moment. Wemby's too. I'm not going to say weak, but he's too,
Placid.
flaccid. That's a good. I was going to say fragile, but
I
flaccid is
said
better.
placid, but not
Oh,
flaccid, but sure.
nah, I like flaccid better. Actually, yeah, he's too flaccid
Yeah.
at the moment. So yeah, they need that bigger body next to him. So yeah, I like that as well. How long do you reckon the Spurs are going to go with this Point Sohan business? I mean, he's not doing a bad job, but it's not like he's doing a great job.
Look, I think the seconds that I see anything else there, I will probably be looking at obviously getting Trey Jones. I think he's a better point guard. But I do think Jeremy Sohan is a hold through this period.
100%.
When I was on with Mick the other day, he was saying, 180th ranked player, drop Jeremy Sohan. Just, now he's worked his way up to the 160th ranked player. But if you're throwing stats out there, shooting 40%, 80% from the line, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, that's somebody you want on your team. 29 points, only shot 25%, but went and got his 8 rebounds. That's from your point guard, ladies and gentlemen. And then in the game before, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Still getting those steals in a lot of games. I think you're overreacting if you're dropping Jeremy Sohan. Right now, I think that he's an ad. He's only 51% rostered in Yahoo as well. Should be noted.
Yep, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think Sohan needs to still stay on a 12 league team. There's going to be ups and downs. Spurs aren't great yet, but with his fantasy profile that he's able to provide, it's just something that you need to be able to keep with you. I just looked at the last time Warriors played the Spurs. It was preseason. Spurs won by 5. Obviously, can't take preseason into much of it, but Wemby did score 19 points in limited minutes. So I think Wemby could be a good go on points tomorrow. His over-under is 19.5. Actually, no, 20 is probably too high. Don't like it, actually, now that I say that out loud.
I still like the overs on that, honestly, because I think about the guys that they've got to defend Wemby with the size of the Golden State Warriors, and I think that he will find himself scoring a lot. If you're uncomfortable with it, look at somebody like Zach Collins, and I think that we'll probably see him score 6 to 7 more than we'd normally see from somebody like Zach.
Okay.
So yeah,
I like that.
I really
like that. I reckon that's all right. We'll go Wemby for 15 and Collins for 10. I don't mind that. I actually I like the Wemby one more, but I think Kevon Looney's probably just too big of a body for Zach Collins to be able to score enough inside, and they're going to make him more into a 3-point shooter. They'll utilize Wemby a little bit more inside as height wise. I know Looney's a bloody good rebounder, a bloody good defender. So if Looney gets the minutes, I could even see Looney rebounds up. So also another good shout. We can have an hour on that one. We'll have an hour on that one off camera. But we'll look at the last game of the day. Another great game. The Clippers, I don't want to say it, but geez, they're looking a lot better. Are they back? Not quite yet, but they're looking a lot better. We have the Pelicans and the Clippers in Los Angeles. And we've got, so CJ McCollum obviously still out, unfortunately, for the Pelicans. Trey Murphy and Matt Ryan all out. And then for the Clippers, Norman Powell's actually a game time decision, which is annoying for our back-to-back stream. He has a groin injury that has flared up, so hopefully he's all right. Brandon Boston and obviously Mason Plumlee. So when we're attacking the back-to-back, we can be definitely looking at Terrence Mann and Daniel Tice. Geez, he's been good for the Clippers as of late. I'm interested to see the minutes for Valanciunas this game because Zubac is a big body and he can't shoot threes, so they need someone like paint dropping from Valanciunas. So I'm interested to see this, and I think this is a massive, massive game for Herb Jones. This is a huge test. He's been putting up ridiculous amount of defensive stats, and he's been shooting so efficiently as well from the field. How's he going to go against Harden, Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard? This will be a good game to watch. I'm glad this is the last game on the slate that has a half an hour time difference between the rest of them, because I'll be able to watch the end of this with no interruptions. So
Yeah,
be a good one.
it's a good
What are you
time
looking
for
at?
us Aussies. It's a
Yeah,
big time for us
absolutely.
Aussies. But the Jonas double-double, I know I've mentioned it already. It's something that I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at Harden's minutes. He's sort of been playing above 30 minutes in his last 4 games. 9 and 10 assists in the last couple. Still getting those steals that we've become used to with Harden. He hasn't been shooting the ball a lot. 7 shots, 12 shots, 11 shots. That's a lot of shots for somebody normal, but not a lot of shots for James Harden. Look, I'm just looking to watch it. I'm looking to watch James Harden maybe being defended by some of these better defenders from New Orleans. But
Yep.
yeah, look, I like Tice as well.
Yep, absolutely. It's also we got to point out that the report came out with what's happening with the Clippers offense in terms of usage and aggressive taking this with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They're more looking for Paul George to be more of the aggressor first on offense, and then looking for Kawhi. So that's going to be interesting to watch if that is actually true or not. So look for PG to have the first point of emphasis on offense, and then Kawhi. It's mate, you look at this Clippers team and you just go, who the fuck is going to be scoring? Who's going to be getting the assists? Who's going to be getting the uses? Because they have so many players that can do it. Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
going to be this is
2012 All Star team.
it's bloody ridiculous. And then Zubac. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Who was probably 12 at the time.
So yeah, I'm steering clear of this one. Harden's at 8.5 assists for this game. So don't really
No,
don't
I
really
don't
like
want to
that.
touch it.
Nah, I mean Brandon Ingram's assists have actually been all right as of late as well. So he's had his assists have been a little bit up, I think, or am I just talking out my ass? I
I've
think
got
I'm
it here.
right.
Give me. I've got
Sorry,
it
no,
here.
his last one was dog shit. Sorry. I do apologize.
I got it here, but his points have been up in the last little bit. I
Yeah,
know
he
it's
has.
just yeah, his points have been up. He's been on the up. Like I see the
Yeah.
118th ranked player, but you're taking into account some pretty ordinary stats to start off the year, and then him being injured for 3 games and working
Yeah.
his way back from that a little bit. Yeah, I've liked what I've seen from Ingram.
Yeah, sorry, I'm 3 games late actually. In his last 3 games, he's been averaging about 28 points per game, and then the 3 games before that, he was averaging about 8 assists a game. So he's kind of flip-flopped where he's gone from, okay, I'm now going to be the scoring guy to I'm going to be the passing guy. So no, I actually hate Ingram's assists. I'm still trying to figure out some bloody.
He's like a tall Dennis Schroeder, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's just flip flopping kind of thing. So, but I've been impressed with how Ingram's been able to run the offense as well when it has been time to do that. I think Zion's working his way back in quite nicely as well. We had like the line we all expected Zion to have last game against the Kings, 25, 5, and 6. So that's what you kind of want to see out of Zion all the time. It's going to be an interesting matchup for him against Kawhi, you'd assume, because Paul George probably isn't the same strength to be able to man up against Zion. But I want to see if this Clippers team is real, because the last 3 games they've beaten the Spurs, and the Rockets. So this is a test, because the Pelicans are playing great basketball. This is another game, Matty, where we just look at and go, it's a bit of a no. Like you can't
It's a no from me, dog.
bet on. No, I'm with you on that as well, mate. I don't think I can even tempt you in. The line is 5.5 points for the Clippers, which I actually don't hate. If you can get an alternate line, Pelicans way. Don't mind that. We sometimes like to do a try bet. So I'd probably take a try bet of under 8 points either way. I reckon it's going to be a pretty close game. And the over-under is 224, which I feel like's pretty on the money, actually. So I'd take a try bet of under 8.5 either way. And that's probably the only thing that I can look at for this game because I think this is going to be a ripper.
No, sounds good, man. Our next six, and I know this has gone on for a little bit, but we're going through 16 games today, is on the Saturday, and it is Philly versus OKC. I'm starting to think Maxi and Embiid have great value for the Sixers, but not much else. Like there's like Melton and Toby, they're taking the back seats, fourth and fifth sort of players there. Paul Reed was obviously a flash in the pan. He's great every time Embiid's out. And I'm not gonna comment on anything that's coming out of OKC at the moment with the point guard situation. We're going to leave that there till we hear anything from a reputable source. And that's Insight Stance. But if anything does happen, we could see a bump from Case and Wallace.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more there. That's Case and Wallace is definitely the go there. And you just keep riding out how good bloody Shea is. Apparently, Kelly Oubre may be returning soon as well from his car or whatever
Bike
happened. But
accident?
we're not ones to ever doubt Kelly Oubre Jr. He is a gorgeous man, and we will never slander him. So, whatever Kelly said, that's fine. It's just a good bounce back from being a car hitting him over. So that's all right.
He's actually back in light duties already.
Right.
So he's in light duties at training. He must be just I don't know. What's light duties mean? Shooting around with no one defending you? I'm not
I'd
100%
take Res,
sure,
yeah.
but yeah, no, he's there, he's back, and that's not what I expected when I dropped Kelly Oubre. So
Yep, I had the same thing. I was expecting him out till like mid-January, and nope, here he is back, pretty much back in November. So that's great for me. So, well, that's all right. My brother picked him up as well in my league, so he can get stuffed. Yeah, I think this is going to be another great game. Okay, so they've just been rolling at the moment, man. Like they look so bloody good, but Jesus Christ, am I worried about what's going to happen to Chet Holmgren having to defend Joel Embiid? Oh my God, he's going to be in foul trouble, or Joel's going to drop 40 easily?
yeah, look, if I had to pick anything, it'd be probably like a Joel Embiid overs situation, correct?
Yeah, yep, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Just don't be fooled into maybe holding Paul Reed. I added Paul Reed
Yeah,
last game and really enjoyed those 4 blocks. Really enjoyed actually watching him play. I think that'll give the coach a bit more confidence in maybe playing him a little bit. I know he still didn't get the start, but he did get the minutes. But yeah, just don't fall into the trap of thinking that Paul Reed is a rosterable player. If you added him, enjoy what you got. But Joel Embiid was basically just sitting down for rest. He did look super gassed in that overtime game. I went
yeah,
to the NBA exhibit with Mally. And then we went to the local to watch that one, and Embiid did just look super gassed. So
yep, couldn't agree more there. The only other one I have to say is just keep your eye out for Springer. Springer, Jaden Springer. If he gets an opportunity with Pat Bev going down or Maxi going down, Jesus Christ, he can return some fantasy value.
I'm with you. Let's go to Miami versus the Nets. This is heat on a back-to-back. The
Yep.
most added player in transaction trends is the new JJJ, the 137th ranked player. 28 minutes last game, 22 points, 8 rebounds, an assist and a steal. Especially with this Duncan Robinson news, should be another game where he gets the opportunity.
I couldn't agree more. Homie Huckers Jr. has been just on a roll. It's like the Heat don't miss. They just pick this bloke out of their ass at pick 21 or 22 or something like that, and they just nailed it again. So, yeah, I just can't believe what the hell's going on with Huckers. So him, Highsmith obviously getting the start. So there's a couple of blokes to be able to stream there in Miami. They're playing good basketball. Everyone knows my stance on when it comes to back-to-back games. That you always favour the team that is not on a back-to-back, the healthier team, just because it's very hard to play a back-to-back game in the NBA on the same kind of level that you have. So if this Knicks Miami game tomorrow is close, then I'll be definitely looking at the Nets the next day to beat the Heat, especially being in Brooklyn. But and then Brooklyn are just, they're just Brooklyn. Hopefully Ben Simmons comes back soon. Spencer Dinwiddie's obviously got an uptick with Simmons out. Lonnie Walker's just shooting every single shot that he bloody can. Claxton looks fantastic defensively as well.
Can I rattle off some stats in the last game?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Spencer
That's what I'm here.
Dinwiddie.
Tell me.
Spencer Dinwiddie, 42 minutes, 26 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds. Mikal Bridges, 44 minutes, 45 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. We've got 22 and 11 from Claxton. We've got 23, 5 and 5 from Cam Johnson. That was one of the games that Lonnie Walker did drop off. But I think Lonnie Walker's getting the opportunity if somebody like a DFS or a Cam Johnson or somebody like that is misfiring that game. First man up is probably Lonnie Walker or your Royce O'Neal or somebody like that. But look, Dinwiddie should be rostered as long as Ben Simmons is out. But Mikal Bridges has been sensational. And look, I got Nick Claxton thrown in on a deal the other day. So I'm pretty happy about the way that he's been playing.
Bloody hell. And also tell you, he's broken the Nets record for most blocks. He's had 3 blocks in the last 5 games at least, and it's a Nets record. So pretty good when you're coming up against the likes of Kenyon Martin and stuff. So pretty bloody impressive by Claxton. I reckon you just keep rolling with it until, you keep rolling with Spencer Dinwiddie until Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas come back. I think Lonnie Walker's gone out of the rotation again once Cam Thomas comes back because he's their shot chucker. So that was, let's be honest though, that was an overtime game against the Hawks. Hawks don't play defense. They play a very fast offense. So the Nets kind of had to match that. So we'll see with that. But that kind of goes into the next game on the slate, and that's the Hawks versus the Wizards. And I'll tell you who will win this game. Hawks win easily. Wizards back-to-back. Do I need to say more? Wizards can't keep up with the offense that the Hawks are going to be able to produce. It's going to be a big scoring game for Sadiq Bey, Jalen Johnson, these kind of players. Bogdan Bogdanovic. Yeah, Hawks are going to just absolutely go nuts here.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Of course you can.
I agree with you. Hawks are going to win this one. But from a fantasy standpoint, your Wizards will still put up some really good stats because
100%.
The Wizards couldn't defend a falling leaf from the tree at the moment. Sorry, the Hawks couldn't. They are just letting people walk all over them. The Wizards have a lot of offensive woes, but they probably have more defensive woes than they have offensively. So I think that you can still expect the Wizards to score quite well. I think that you can expect another big game from Poole. I think that you can expect Kuz to be really good. And I think that Denny Avdia will play some big minutes. And Hawks, the way that they were defending, they just people were just getting backdoor cuts and just wide open layups and slams when they played the Pacers the other day. Now, I'm not putting that down to, the Wizards being sensational, but Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole will be good enough to score a lot of points against the Hawks.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And that's why we like the Avdia or Corey Kispert stream as they're on a back-to-back, especially against the Hawks. If you're streaming Kispert, you obviously Kispert's only going for threes and points. And against the Hawks, it's the prime position for him to be able to do it. There's a great chance that Kispert could return you, 5 threes, but there's also a very good chance that Kispert could go out there and shoot 1 of 10, and you just sit there and go, what the fuck have these guys just told me to do? But that's what happens. It's Corey Kispert. He's not, he's not elite. It's not like it's Luke Kennard. That's just what he does. But he can
There's
also
a
be
reason
shit at
he's
it.
on your waivers, and this is it.
Correct. Yep, correct. But it's definitely worth, it's worth a gamble if you've got the spot, back to back. If he returns you, let's say he returns you 6 threes over these 2 games, you're sitting there going, how good's that? And he returns you, let's say, 30 points. You're like, yep, beautiful. I'll take that, because that's one acquisition for 30 points, 6 threes, and then he doesn't get you anything else. He's dog
Like
shit.
you add, and maybe this is a segue, but you go add Rui Hachimura, who I think is a better ad than Corey Kispert. Look, on your waiver wire, he's better than Corey Kispert, but you're just going to get 2 games out of him.
Yeah. I still just don't like.
If they're both playing 1 game, and I will take you on that, Rui Hachimura will outscore Corey Kispert. I'll put a 4-pack of Bolter on that in 1 game. But all I'm just saying is, if those guys are in your waiver wire, you have to go with somebody like Corey Kispert due to the fact that he's going to be playing 2.
Well, wait, this is interesting. So you're saying to me that do you reckon? Let's put it on points, because they're both points and threes type of players on Sunday for us. That I will happily take the Bolters bet on Kispert will outscore Rui Hachimura. Kispert against the Hawks and Hachimura against the Cavs. I will 100% take that Kispert will outscore Rui Hachimura on Sunday.
You know what? I was actually meaning it against the Bucks in that first game, but you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. I was actually taking it against the Bucks. Is more what I was saying. But shake your hands. I'll give you against the Hawks. I'll give you a bit of a head start against that dog shit defense. So.
Bolter bet, we'll take that. You beauty. All right, lovely. Oh, well, that's a perfect transition. Let's go. The old Lakers versus the Cavs on ESPN. Cavs finally getting an ESPN game. How good is this? LeBron in his return. This is going to be a good game. I would have to say it's in Cleveland. I don't expect Donovan Mitchell to be back. LeVert's back though, so that's good. This could be a good game. I know Cavs bowled over the Lakers twice last year, but that was with Donovan Mitchell playing. So, this will be a very, very interesting game. Look, can we just talk about Craig Porter Jr. very quickly?
Yeah,
I mean, shit, he's been so good the last 2 games when Mitchell and LeVert had missed. I know it was a blowout last time against Miami, but against Philadelphia, he was just sensational. And he basically said to JB Bickerstaff, you have to keep playing me in this game, because I am absolutely tearing up Philly. He's as a 6'3" guard, to be able to get the rebounds, blocks, and steals that he's able to accumulate, plus the assists that he's able to do, and then getting to the free throw line. It's fantastic. I love seeing it. It's going to be, if Mitchell doesn't play, then if Mitchell plays, you don't pick him up, but he's definitely one to watch when Mitchell and LeVert are out, because that's a gold mine right there. Or even I reckon he's played well enough. If Garland doesn't play, he'll be the starting point guard anytime that Garland's out now.
Can you rate my trade that I did in a league the other day?
Yeah, of course, bro.
I've sent Scotty Barnes off to somebody that does podcasts in the Insight Fantasy Sports Network. I'm not going to call anyone else. I've sent Scotty Barnes off, and I've received Darius Garland and Nick Claxton. And it was sent to me.
Okay. So Scotty Barnes only for Garland and Claxton.
Yeah.
See, I reckon it's a good trade, purely because you'd rather the 2 good players because Garland and Claxton are both going to be top, let's say, 50 odd players, 40, 50 odd players, while Scotty Barnes will probably be also top 50. Scotty Barnes is also competing with usage with Pascal Siakam, and they're just hit and miss each game. But I know Garland's playing a lot better now that Mitchell isn't playing, but I think it was also because of the injury that Garland had. So it was also affecting him, but now he's kind of just like working his way through it. And now he's just seeing it so much better. He's scoring well. He's shooting the threes a lot better. His assists to come back. He has such a good connection with Mobley and Allen. And obviously Claxton's blocks and rebounds is just outrageous. So I reckon it's an absolute ripper tray by you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I thought it was really
Got you,
good.
baby.
I was trying to work out what it was when we were chatting about Nick Claxton, and you were saying that. I was like, I got him in a throw in the other day, so I just wanted to run it by you.
Yeah, he's got it right. Yeah, I rate it.
A little bit of a Clacko circle jerk here. Look, we've chatted enough about the Cavs. Let's go into the Pelicans and the Jazz. Pel's obviously on a back-to-back, and we have delved into, I suppose, the Pelicans. Find it hard because, as you've said 100 times, you want to get on the team and, whether it be fantasy stats, whether it be betting, you want to get on the team that's fresh, that's ready to go. They've had a Turkey Day break. They get another day break after that, and they're playing the Pelicans on that back-to-back. But I don't think I can get around the Jazz beating the Pels.
So these are the times where you just kind of go, yeah, not 100%, but stranger things have happened. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not taking that head to head on this game. I mean, yeah, I'd probably take Jazz at the line. I reckon it's going to be pretty saucy, especially if the Pelicans are in a game, like in a close game tomorrow. So, because they are matching up against the Clippers. It is a late game, and they are traveling from Los Angeles to Utah. So, I mean, this could be a game that the Jazz do snag. I think Kelly Olynyk has just got to be that player that everyone's just looking at for the Jazz if you're going to stream that game in. Yeah, because Olynyk's just doing, he's doing the point. He's getting a few points, but he's getting the rebounds and the assists. He still gets the threes, can get defensive stats. It's one where you kind of go, like, you just kind of got to go for it just because of the impact that he can have. And now that he's starting as well with Walker Kessler out, Keontae George, he's the other one. He's a good stream for assists. He will hurt your field goal percentage. But he's looking like he's been able to orchestrate the offense a little bit better. I'm a little bit. I know you didn't take him high, but Jordan Clarkson's usage going down a little bit more as Matty comes in. He's found himself another fucking frothy. How good's that? He should have been more prepared. I'm sitting here. I had 6 beers sitting here ready to go because I knew I was doing a podcast with you. And every single time I do a podcast with you, I know that the beers just keep fucking flowing down. Yeah, I've got 3 empties, so I need to keep on catching up. But yeah, as I was just saying, a couple of pickups there for the Jazz.
Yeah,
they're streamable there.
How good is Johnny Collins?
He's going all right. He's not at the same, like, at where you picked him. You probably picked him around 90 or so, so you'd be pretty happy with the return. But this has been without Walker Kessler, so I just wanted, I'm keep on watching how it's going, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting one.
So Johnny Collins and Walker Kessler was playing pretty ordinary, but Johnny Collins has been the 53rd ranked player, going over the whole year.
Okay.
I did tweet out extremely early that John Collins is a better player than Walker Kessler, and I stand by this. Even when he played with Walker Kessler, he was always getting more than 30 minutes. His minutes actually haven't changed at all since Walker Kessler's been out. Quite often you find him leading the starters in minutes, in points. I just think that
not points,
John Collins.
That's Larry.
Oh, that's Larry. Sorry. Look,
but yeah,
John
second
Collins
up if Collins is off, if Clarkson's off. Yeah, no, I see what you're thinking. Yeah.
John Collins has just been sensational. I just wanted to shout out because I was looking through the rankings by Yahoo the other day, and with those stats, with his efficiency, I was surprised, as you were, to see him as the 53rd ranked player. But I just wanted to shout out to my boy Johnny Collins. What do you think of Taylor Horton Tucker?
Just quickly though, I just gotta say, how good are these fucking 4-in-1 cups? My God, I can't believe it that my beer's still cold. This is just fantastic. But yeah,
I didn't
Horton,
give mine a chance to go cold, to go hot. So
yeah, no, but even if I did, like, it's still good, mate. Like, those, I've got a couple of empties here. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, he's been up and down, but he's still giving like a little bit of assists here and there. Oh, she's even got the big standard squeeze. How you going? Oh, go on, have a squeeze, son. How good's that?
yeah, shout out to Ash from the Standard Squeeze. This is actually his home brew
What a
too.
man.
So.
Hey, bloody good's that. I'm pretty sure they got a Black Friday sale as well. So if you're going to be able to try and get yourself some 4-in-1s or some sand squeeze bottle, this is the right time to go at it. Really relt his pocket. So, but we love Ash, so that's fantastic. Yeah, Orton Tucker is just, he gets you, like, there's assists, but he can get hot on points, or he can also shoot 1 of 9. You sit there going, why did I pick this dickhead up? But he can get the rebounds, he can get the assists, but I think the Jazz are realizing that Horton Tucker cannot be a point guard and Clarkson's more of a flamethrower. So they can't really have both of them on. That's why they needed Keontae George to come in and like actually run the offense earlier than they were hoping that he could. So yeah.
14 minutes in his last game just tells me that it's Keontae's season now, and they're not
Yeah.
doing real well. I wondered if they were hoping that the more experienced Talon Horton Tucker could maybe, keep them up there and, maybe get a play-in run. But I think in the minutes that we've been seeing, that is the stage of acceptance for the Utah Jazz, and Talon Horton Tucker's minutes will continue to taper off.
Yep, couldn't agree more there. I think they're in a little bit of strife, and as well as Larry Markkinen plays in most games, I think some teams are starting to put a bit more pressure and physicality into him, knowing that he's the main guy, and they'll live with Clarkson kind of burning him, because Clarkson can 100%. He's been playing pretty well this year, actually, but for where you picked him up in fantasy. But yeah, the Jazz need a little. They need a little bit of something else. They need just something more to be able to overcome. They haven't looked great, but take
Yeah, I
us
think
into
it's
this
called
last game,
talent.
mate. Yeah, that's true. They do definitely need talent. But they got the picks.
Look, the Dallas Mavericks versus the Clippers. It'll be late for basically everyone in America. It'll be an afternoon game for us in Australia.
2:30.
But the Clippers on a back-to-back. I've got a question for you. Are
I'm
you a
listening.
Kyrie owner?
No, I'm not.
First question. If you were, would he be a sell for you? His assist numbers are down, but he's still taking 20 shots a game, still getting a lot of points. Is he in the right build? Is he a purchase, just thinking that the people that got him maybe thought that they were getting this 7-8 assist guy? He's not that beside Luca. And maybe he's a buy low situation, because if you compare him to some, I suppose, scorers, he's actually going really well.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely spot on there. Because the people that would have drafted him second round, and you would have been going there. Okay, I need over 20 points. I need at least like 7 assists or some rebounds and some defensive stats to be able to stay relevant with Kyrie. And I never saw that. I was keen on Kyrie, but I wasn't going to go second round to take Kyrie, because I just don't see how he gets these assists next to Luca. And he's, as you said, he's playing well, and his field goal is quite nice for a guard as well, which is good. So he can work in the right team, because his free throw percentage also helps you get up, because he rarely misses from the line. But I think it's just he's either going to get a massive amount of points, a couple of rebounds, and then he needs his assists to be able to bump up to be relevant. So I think in the type of build where you're going for, you need like high field goal percentage to bump up from your guard because you don't want to take someone like Trey or Fred VanVleet or something like that. Then Kyrie is the point guard that you want on that build. But in one where you need more stats around, then he's just not bringing it for you. So Kyrie's a real win-win type of player for someone that's trying to make a trade to the right team.
Yeah, I agree. Yahoo stats. What do you think Kyrie's ranked at the moment?
I'd say he's had a couple of big games, a couple of good solid games. So I reckon he'd be around. Well, Collins is 53. I reckon he'd be around 30 odds. He'd be early 30s, I reckon.
Wow, that's really good. He's the 31st ranked player, and quite
Skid!
often
Have a look at him
Skiddy's,
go!
Skiddy's going good. He's the 31st ranked player, and people have been talking about him as if he's having a disappointing season. All I'm trying to say is,
Matty,
settle
you got to
down
remember
on
as well.
Kyrie.
But people have been taking him in the second round. So people have been taking him probably like, pick 15, 16 on him. So obviously they're going to be a bit pissed off when, in that same type of range, you could have been having Devin Booker, who's been absolutely tearing it apart for Phoenix.
Yeah.
You could have been having
in 3 games so far this year.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But who else went in like second round kind of territory?
Like a Donovan Mitchell. Yeah.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, you could have had, even though he's out at the moment as well. But like, these type of players where Trey Young, he was like around the same as Kyrie, and you're kind of going, shit, like I could have had these type of players, but Kyrie's not returning the same value, and he's played every game as well. Oh, pretty much every game, but
he's missed one, yeah. But I do I just think often so when I got him at 24 or something, and I just felt like he slid to me. Everybody in that league was just like, "No, I don't want to borrow Kyrie this year." And suddenly I got him. Like, if you take someone at 24, you're pretty happy if he's 31st.
Yeah.
Like, if you take a guy at the 5th pick, you're happy with him at the 10th. Heck, if you take a guy at the 40th pick, you're pretty happy if they're the 50th best player. I don't know. I just think that there's been a bit of hate on Twitter about Kyrie Irving, and I just wanted to settle people down.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think it's just more about, I think it's mainly Booker. How well Booker is playing, and the fact that you could have got him after Kyrie is just kind of like, people are just sitting there going, shit. Like, that's why they're so pissed, because Kyrie should theoretically be able to do roughly like what Booker's being able to do. But they forget that this is the Mavericks is Luka's team, and Luka is a ball dominant player. And why wouldn't he be? He's one of the best players in the NBA. So it's not like where you're sitting there and you're going, oh, like, let's say for instance, if you had Maxi and Embiid, right, and they work well off each other, like they complement each other. Maxi will get assists to Joel's points and vice versa. You can't have Kyrie rarely gives an assist to Luka, and Luka rarely gives an assist to Kyrie. Kyrie rarely gives an assist to Luka, but Luka will also give an assist to Kyrie, but it's not the other way around. So it's kind of like he kind of diminishes what he does. But if Luka's out, right, and Kyrie plays, Kyrie's going to just absolutely destroy it, because Mavericks don't have anyone else. But yeah, for this game, I still actually, in saying all that, I still like the Mavs to win this game. It's a back-to-back in LA. I'm pretty sure Mavs will be able to fly in there early, because even though they did play the Lakers the other day, and then probably, I'm guessing they went home for Thanksgiving, and the Clippers are having the game prior to the Pelicans, even though it's at home. I still like the Mavs in this game after what they did to the Lakers. I thought they played beautiful basketball. It's literally Kyrie and Luka just beating teams by themselves.
Lighting it up.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if you're in not a 12-team league, but if you're in a 14-team league, because I don't think maybe aside from Tim Hardaway Jr., if you need scoring, there's no other Dallas players besides maybe Derek Lively as well. But who would you have a crack on if you needed to have a go at someone from Dallas? Because they've got these players that are just like, and like almost there, like Josh Green, Derek Jones Jr., Grant Williams. Like, who would you have the crack on?
I'd have a crack on Grant Williams just because when I have a bit of a comparison to the minutes between Derek Jones Jr. and Grant Williams is getting a lot of the minutes.
Yep.
Just when I watch a Dallas game, Grant Williams is doing a lot of cardio. There is
Yeah.
just a lot of him running up and down the floor doing sweet FA. But I think that there's a world where he gets 10 shots a game and where he ducks in and gets a rebound. Derek Jones Jr., in his only 19 minutes, like in his last 3 games, he's had 4 shots, and 7 shots.
Yep.
I just don't see enough upside in Derek Jones Jr. I think Grant Williams can get hot. If anything, I would probably have a dig at one of those blokes. I don't mind Josh Green, but that's only just Australian bias bullshit. So
Yeah, I'm more on the side of Derek Jones Jr. over Grant Williams, just because I think if they both played the same amount of minutes, like I think Derek Jones has a better fantasy profile purely from defensive stats point of view
but,
because they're hard to
they
come by.
don't. There's like
Yeah,
12 more
exactly. They
minutes
don't.
for
Yeah,
that cardio that
yeah,
he's doing. Like you just run up the floor and like the ball could bounce off his side of the rim.
yeah. And also too, especially against the Clippers, I think Grant Williams is way more valuable to Dallas actually winning that game than Derek Jones Jr. So I feel because he'd have to. Clippers are a bigger body team that need to be able to be defended with strength rather than length, which is what Derek Jones Jr. gives. So I think they're going to more lean on the side of Grant Williams to go this game rather than Derek. So yeah, I'm with you there as well. Just hopefully that Grant is able to return some kind of value because he doesn't do fuck all.
Nah, like I said, doing a lot of cardio. Is there
Yes, sir.
anything else you want to finish up on? I think when we have a look at the transaction trends, which is always brought here by the standard squeeze, but we did shout them out a
Yep.
little bit earlier.
Oh,
I
our
think we've
boys
covered. Yeah, I think we have
at day
covered
one.
basically everybody in there. Like 2,500 people in the last little bit. Actually, it's gone up 300 since we've been doing this live. Has been adding JJJ, and that's probably due to the Duncan Robinson injury. Skylar Mays is getting dropped. Isaiah Joe's getting added. Malik Beasley, I think foolishly keeps getting added, and Daniel Tice is added. But yeah, not much else to look at there. You
Yeah.
ready to wrap this one up, mate?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, if people want any more information, you can get absolutely fucked because we've gone through absolutely everything. We've given you bets, we've given you stream targets, we've given you everything that we can give you for these next two days. So I think that's aces, Matty. It's always an absolute goddamn pleasure doing podcasts with you. Tell you what, I've gone through 5 beers on this pod, so I think we're going pretty bloody well. So shout out
You
to the
know,
standard squeeze because
you
you
know
always
how
keep us hydrated.
You know how I always finish every podcast on Cheerio?
Yeah.
I'm going to finish today's podcast on as I'm fucking blind.